Cases in the U.S. have surpassed 15 million. 1 million of those were confirmed in just the last 4 days.
As the U.S. continues to be a death trap for its citizens contracting the coronavirus,
it affects elderly people. Take your hat off to the young, because they have a hell of an immune system. But it affects virtually nobody.
Because of all we've done, the risk to the American people remains very low. We have it so well under control. I mean, view this the same as the flu.
Through this guy's lack of care for said citizens,
there's not even a salary to debate. They're not employees, they're students.
In Detroit, they're the biggest pimps around.
We are selling these players for literally billions of dollars and paying the coaches millions and building these gigantic facilities. It's professional in every way.
It brings us to this guy, attorney at law and former Duke basketball player, Jay Bilas, who has been accurately critical of the NCAA.
For the first time on record, daily cases are averaging over 200,000.
With hospitalizations going up, the death toll nearing the 300,000 mark, the players' rights are hindered.
The NCAA has acknowledged, Miles Brand acknowledged that in the early 2000s. Yep. That's when they came up with collegiate model.
Right.
Collegiate model means...
That's just a phrase.
They made it up to say, we're professional, but the players are not.
Seeing these injustices firsthand, Bilas, during last night's Duke-Illinois game at Cameron Indoor, simply didn't hold back. So Bilas said, "We haven't had a national conversation about what we should do, what's appropriate. These players have essentially been essential workers. They get tested every day. They're not allowed to go home for the Christmas holiday because they wouldn't be able to play when they get back. They'd essentially have to quarantine their team. We've been advised by our government to not travel over the holidays, and yet these players are traveling." There's a lot of questions that need to be asked, but we have not had that national conversation, he said. And that's been a failure in leadership. It's the NCAA one, but then it's also all the different conferences. The Michigan Daily's Jesse Mitchell wrote, "We continue to pretend that college athletes are just like regular undergrads, just in better shape and with honed athletic talents. They aren't. They are essential workers to the university, as evidenced by their exception to the county health department's order." There is a genuine distrust inside the NCAA where even one head coach, Pitt's Jeff Capel, even went on the record saying he does not trust the organization. When considering if a collegiate athlete is essential, let's just go over the resume for collegiate football, shall we? The Chicago Sun-Times reported the Big Ten Conference, for example, brought in $759 million in 2018. Colleges that make a profit from football and basketball fund other sports with some of that revenue. With no fans or far fewer of them expected for football, some universities might have to cut other teams, such as wrestling and track, that often are called non-revenue sports. It tells you there is a lot riding on football players. In all, football accounts for roughly a 50% slice of public university Power 5 conference balance sheets. Hand in hand, collegiate basketball players are just as essential. In 2016-17, the NCAA brought in $1 billion for the first time, with March Madness accounting for 75% of that revenue. Noted Michigan lawyer Lawrence Deitch responded to a New York Times article writing, "Major college football is a multi-billion-dollar money machine for the universities, their highly paid coaches, and the television and apparel industries that profit from the audiences football provides them. The universities' decision was an economic choice, plain and simple." He concludes with this: "To be truly equitable and inclusive, there must be fair compensation paid to the student athletes whose talent and effort make the whole extravaganza possible. Many athletes, including college football players, are being found with myocarditis. The kids have no choice but to shut up and dribble with limited protections to a virus that is not going away. Coaches are not taking the virus seriously, like Clemson's Dabo Swinney, who allowed a player to practice even as he suffered from COVID. Add Michigan head coach Jim Harbaugh into the fray as well. The University of Wisconsin at one point had 2,000 students test positive. But in the midst of all this, when quarantining is encouraged and lockdowns are mandated, 18 to 21-year-olds must travel throughout the country, stay in hotels, be in close contact throughout their journey, and expect to perform. Bilas asked the questions objective minds ponder. These athletes are the sacrificial lambs for the dead presidents. Connect the dots and stand with the players.